Hey everyone, Automagically here. I am releasing my first ever starter guide for a Path of Exile League. We are going to be doing Poison Incinerate with the new Assassin. It looks like a very cheap and easy starter to get going. We can't use Incinerate to poison until we get our second Ascendancy done. So we use the Blade Vortex and Blade Fall skills to clear up until that point. Blade Fall is getting a buff, so it should be able to compete on its own without Blade Blast. And we switch into a Perfect Agony setup when we are able to get about 75% crit chance at a minimum, ideally 100% chance. It's less noticeable when you're using Incinerate because it's such a fast hitting skill, but you will definitely notice it when it is not poisoning. It is very easy to hit 100% chance to poison with the new Assassin nodes and getting a wand with good base crit. So we have all damage can poison. Poisons you inflict with critical hits do more damage. They have more duration, and we'll always have that more duration because we're hitting so quickly. We'll get life back on killing poison enemies, but we're going to go Chaos Inoculation in this build. We're going to get a maximum power charge, and we get that base crit equal to our weapon. This build is pretty bare bones at the moment. It uses an Apex. It will be a little annoying to try to sustain that mana on every other skill other than Incinerate, because when you Frost Blink and then you try to set up your Wither Totem setup, you might not have enough mana. But the way that Apex works with channeling skills is it only does the first tick, where it costs that 40 extra mana. Dendrobate is just there to get us that chance to poison and just one more gem. We're only sitting on a 5 link right now. We're on level 19 gems. Only 20% on Incinerate Venting. We're using Clarity, Discipline, and Grace. We have a Wither Totem set up. We're using Summon Lightning Golem and these 2 curses. And then we have Baited Breath. Everything else in our setup is just getting us resists and ES. And I think the boots are the only thing that have suppress at the moment. We're hitting 82% suppress. Later on, we will hit 100%. Without our flasks, you can see we are at 90% chance to crit. Adding in that diamond flask gets us a bit more damage there. And then the silver flask is going to help us quality of life cast faster. This build is going to scale really well into the endgame without a whole lot of investment. When you go onto my tree here, I have it set up for a leveling setup. We got early maps, we got late maps, and endgame. If we go and we look at the late maps, we are sitting at about 24 million damage per second. We have all of those. We are getting frenzy charges and power charges. The frenzy charges... How are we getting frenzy charges? We're getting frenzy charges from our armor. Another option here is to get endurance charges over time. The way that we sustain that is by getting the charge duration mastery. You won't have them right at the beginning of the map, but you will have them. The 3 uniques we're using are Replica Dragon's Fang for some reservation efficiency and some levels. Betrayal Sting because it's too good not to have. It's, as you can see here, if I take it off, that's like 30% more damage lost. And we're using Dream Fragments just to make up some resistance and get some additional mana regeneration, freeze immunity, chill immunity. Just some laziness. Dropping our flasks here. We're still resist capped. We still have 24 million damage. We still have crit chance cap. Yeah, I don't know why I even have the diamond flask at this point. Should be swapped over to a jade flask. We have 76% chance to evade. Decent phys max hit. We are using Frost Shield though. Keep that in mind. The phys max hit is lower. I have a tree getting into the end game that is a very expensive setup and won't be until later, but if you want to peek at what it will scale into, we can set up our end game configuration here. End game. We're sitting at 29 million damage on Uber Pinnacle. We have more phys max hit. Yes, degen is from Frost Shield. I have Elemental Army on my Golem. There's some empty sockets as well. This needs to be updated a little bit. We don't have clarity in my ring anymore. Look at that, I have even more unreserved mana than I thought. Build's even better than I realized. If you need more details on how this build flows, I've written up a guide here in the notes of the path of building. It goes over how to level 1-250 until you get your second ascendancy, which then you can swap over to Incinerate. It goes over the skill gems, when and when not to use Perfect Agony, and just the general progression of the build. I'm going to be streaming the starter when the league comes out, so if you have any questions about the build or you just want to come and hang out, chat, I'd appreciate if you swung by, and if you want to give this video a like and maybe a subscribe, I will try to make a build diary as I progress this build into the endgame. Alright, thanks y'all.